The crystalline halls of the Veltari marriage exchange echoed with 1,000 alien voices. Captain Marcus Webb stood at the center of the grand amphitheater, surrounded by delegates from 47 species, all eager to witness the human make his selection. The Veltari were renowned across 6 sectors as the galaxy's most beautiful species. Their females possessed luminescent skin that shifted through colors like living rainbows, hair that moved with otherworldly grace, and features so symmetrical they seemed sculpted by master artists. For a human to be offered a Veltari bride was an honor that came once in a millennium, a gesture meant to cement the new alliance between Earth and the Veltari collective. High Magistrate Renville gestured grandly toward the assembly of 20 Veltari females arranged on the platform. Each one was breathtaking. They wore ceremonial robes that accentuated their ethereal beauty, and their skin patterns pulsed with confidence. Vivid displays of crimson, gold, and violet. Choose wisely. Human, Renville announced, his voice carrying through translation fields. These are the finest daughters of our highest families. Your choice will bind our peoples for generations. Marcus scanned the platform. Every female radiated confidence and pride. They preened under his gaze, their skin shifting to more vibrant hues, competing for his attention. The assembled diplomats murmured with anticipation. Betting pools had already started among some of the more entrepreneurial species present. Then Marcus noticed her. She stood at the far end of the platform, partially hidden behind a ceremonial pillar. Unlike the others, her skin remained a plain, pale blue, barely shifting at all. Her hair hung simply, without the elaborate styling the others displayed. Her robes were correct, but understated. She kept her eyes downcast, and where the others stood tall and proud, she seemed to fold into herself. That one, Marcus said. Pointing directly at her dot, the amphitheater fell silent. Then the laughter started. It began as a ripple among the Veltari delegation, then spread like wildfire through the assembled species. Even some of the human diplomatic staff looked confused. Renville's skin flashed a shocked orange before settling into an uncertain yellow. "Surely you jest, Captain Webb," Renville said carefully. "That is Lyra. She is available because she is considered, how do your people say it, defective." The other Veltari females had stopped their preening. Several were staring at Marcus with expressions that his translation implants struggled to interpret. Disbelief, certainly. Perhaps pity. Marcus walked directly across the platform. The crowd's laughter faded into whispers. Lyra finally looked up as he approached, her eyes wide with something like fear. "Hello," Marcus said quietly, speaking directly to her rather than through the translation field. "My name is Marcus. Would you be willing to accept this bond?" Lyra's skin flickered once, a brief flash of pale gold, before returning to that plain blue. "Why would you choose me? I am the least of these. My colors barely shift. I have no song in my voice. I am what my people call broken." Marcus smiled. "On Earth, we have a saying. Still waters run deep. May I?" He extended his hand. After a moment's hesitation, she placed her pale hand in his. The instant their skin touched, Marcus felt it. That strange tingling sensation that human researchers had documented but never fully explained. The Veltari called it the resonance, the biological compatibility check that occurred during first contact. What Marcus felt was not a tingle dot, it was a tidal wave. Every nerve in his body lit up at once. His vision blurred, and for a fraction of a second, he could actually see, the energy patterns that flowed through Lyra's body. They were not the simple, surface-level displays that the other Veltari showed. They were deep, complex, layered networks of power that ran through her like rivers of light hidden beneath still water. Marcus gasped. Lyra's eyes went wide, and for the first time, her skin truly changed. It flooded with colors Marcus had never seen before, colors that seemed to exist in spectrums beyond normal vision. The amphitheater's lighting systems began to flicker. "Impossible," Renville whispered Dot. The transformation lasted only seconds before Lyra pulled her hand back, her skin returning to that plain blue. But everyone had seen it. The amphitheater was dead silent now. "What is the meaning of this?" demanded one of the Veltari matriarchs. "Renville, you assured us the Broken One was incapable of resonance." Renville's skin was now a confused pattern of clashing colors. She was tested as a child. She showed no aptitude, no depth. She was classified as a null, suitable only for low-caste work. Marcus kept his eyes on Lyra. "Tell me," he said softly, "how long have you been hiding what you really are?" Lyra's voice was barely a whisper. "Always. Since I was old enough to understand that being different was dangerous." "Different how?" "I do not just show colors," she said. "I see them. All of them. Every spectrum. Every frequency. The colors that flow through every living thing. It is overwhelming. As a child, I could not control it. The elders said I was mad. They said I was broken. So I learned to hide it. I learned to show nothing so they would see nothing." Marcus turned to face Renville and the assembled delegates. "Gentlemen, ladies, and honored beings of all descriptions, I believe I understand what's happened here. On Earth, we have documented cases of individuals with expanded perceptual abilities. We call them hypersensitive. They perceive more than others of their species, so much more that it can be debilitating without proper training." He gestured to Lyra. "You didn't have a defective daughter. You had a daughter so far beyond your normal capabilities that you couldn't measure her properly. She wasn't showing no colors. She was holding back an ocean." The Veltari matriarch stepped forward, her skin flickering through rapid patterns that Marcus's implant translated as extreme agitation. "This is a serious accusation, human. If true, this girl is not low caste. She would be considered a potential oracle, one of the rarest and most valuable members of our species." "Then test her," Marcus said. "Right here, right now." Renville's skin settled into a determined purple. He approached Lyra slowly. "Child, if what the human says is true, if you have been hiding your true nature, we must know. Can you show us? Truly show us?" Lyra looked at Marcus. "If I do this, there is no going back. Everyone will know. Is that what you want?" Marcus asked. "To stay hidden?" "I have been hidden my whole life," Lyra said quietly. "I am tired of being small." She closed her eyes. The change was gradual at first. Her skin began to shift, pale blue giving way to deeper shades. Then the colors began to layer, one over another, creating patterns of impossible complexity. But that was just the beginning. The air around Lyra began to shimmer. The light in the amphitheater bent and refracted, creating cascading rainbows that spread across the walls and ceiling. Every being present suddenly felt a strange sensation, as if they could perceive colors that had no names, frequencies that existed beyond normal sight. The Veltari fell to their knees. Even beings from species that perceived light differently felt the overwhelming presence of what Lyra truly was. "An oracle," the matriarch breathed. "A true oracle. We have not seen one in 3 generations." Lyra opened her eyes, and they glowed with inner light. When she spoke, her voice carried harmonics that resonated through the translation fields. "I see the colors of every being here. I see the patterns of their thoughts, their emotions, their very souls. I have always seen them, and I have always been terrified of what that means." She turned to Marcus. "Why did you choose me? You could not have known." "I'm human," Marcus said with a slight smile. "We have a terrible habit of choosing the things others overlook. We see potential where others see problems." We find value in places others had declared worthless. It's one of our most annoying traits, according to most species we've met. Lyra's laugh was like music. Your people must be very troublesome. You have no idea, Marcus said. So, about that bond. Still interested? The Veltari matriarch interjected quickly. Captain Webb, you must understand, an oracle cannot simply be given away. She must be trained, guided, prepared for her role in our society. Marcus kept his eyes on Lyra. I'm not asking the matriarch. I'm asking Lyra. The amphitheater held its breath. Lyra stepped forward and placed her hand in Marcus's once more. This time she did not hold back. The resonance that flowed between them was visible to everyone present, a column of light that spiraled upward, carrying every color that had ever existed and some that had not yet been named. I choose the human, Lyra said, her voice clear and strong. I choose the one who saw me when I was invisible. I choose the one who valued me when I was considered worthless. I choose Marcus Webb. The binding ceremony that followed was unlike any the galaxy had witnessed. When it was complete, Marcus and Lyra stood hand in hand before the assembled delegates. She no longer hid her true nature, and her light illuminated the entire amphitheater. Renville approached them, his skin displaying a respectful silver. Captain Webb, when we offered you a bride, we thought we were bestowing a great honor upon humanity. Instead, it seems you have given us a far greater gift. You have restored to us something we had lost and did not even know was missing. Marcus squeezed Lyra's hand gently. On Earth, we have another saying. One person's trash is another person's treasure. Though in this case, you never had trash. You just didn't know how to look properly. As